and welcome to Why Such a Fuss, an exciting new podcast for small businesses and charities who want to gain a better understanding of data protection. I'm Christina from CVG Solutions, a fully qualified data protection professional. I'm passionate about educating, empowering, and enabling businesses to thrive. So get ready to embark on a journey of growth and knowledge as we dive into the world of data protection. And I promise you, the material is engaging with many interesting guests. Hello and welcome back to Why Such a Fuss podcast. So today's topic is really CCTV video recording and ring doorbell or doorbells that have the same or similar functionality to the ring. So basically it's about recording, whether you're recording video, images, or whether you're recording audio. So it's all to do with that and privacy. Now, I wanted to talk to you about this because it is an interesting topic with some really interesting ramification that people don't really think about when they use these systems. And so I wanted to make you aware and really provide some insight into it. First of all, I wanted to explore what you should consider before installing CCTVs, video recording, or ring doorbell for domestic purposes. So think about, why do you need it? So you need to have a really good reason for that. Normally it's to do with protecting your home, okay? But also ask yourself, could I achieve the same outcome, i.e. protecting my home, via a different method? For example, install better lighting. And then consider what you need from the system to view and record. For example, things like the front door, the parking space, or the back garden, the shed, etc. And then, does it need to record all the time, or only a specific time interval or period during the day or the night? And also, does it need to record audio, or is it just video? Think of the effects on others, like your neighbours and their privacy. And then consider, and therefore from that perspective, then think of, where do I need to position the camera, the system, to keep the intrusion to my neighbor's privacy or other people's privacy to a minimum? So what is the range of the camera? Will it include, your neighbor's property, like the gardens, pavement, etc.? Then if it does, you should consider purchasing systems that actually can reduce the intrusion. And because some of them come with privacy filters, for example. And to also consider, how will your neighbors and others feel about your video recording system, or whether it's the CCTV or ring doorbell. And there is more to consider. If your system is recording images beyond your domestic boundary, then GDPR will apply. And therefore, you need to be aware of your responsibilities, such as, but they're not limited to, it is your responsibility to make sure that the system is installed correctly. You are responsible for all the footage and audio that is recorded by your system. You must ensure that the information is not used for any other purpose than protecting your property. You also need to make sure how to export footage if required, because you then need to be able to comply with the individual's data protection rights. And so this means that you will need to know how to handle subject access requests and many other type of requests as part of their rights. You will need to delete the recording when it's no longer necessary. In other words, you cannot keep the information forever for an unlimited time. And therefore, what it means in practice is that you will need to regularly delete the recording to ensure that you're not keeping it any longer than necessary. You must also make sure that the recorded images is used only for the purpose for which the system was originally installed. So, for example, you can then now use that footage to share on social media, as this will not be in line with the original purpose. You must also keep the recording secure and keep access to it to a minimum. Remember that you are responsible for what happens with that information. So if that information is then lost or stolen, you then could potentially be facing lawsuits from your neighbors or other people that are being recorded on the images. You also need to think about maintaining the system. So this means, on a periodic basis, thinking, do I still need the system? You need to check regularly that the system is working properly. You need to check the position of the camera to make sure that it doesn't go beyond the boundary that you want to record, and therefore it captures the right images and not intruding the privacy of others. And then a word of warning. So if your system captures images of people outside the boundary of your private domestic property, like I said, for example, your neighbor's home or gardens or public areas, then the GDPR and the data protection apply to you. And then if you don't comply with those regulations, you will be breaking the law, and therefore you will be subject to regulatory action by the ICO, as well as potential legal actions from the affected individuals. To bring that to home, there was a case in Oxfordshire where a judge ruled that the privacy of a neighbor was unjustifiably invaded by the use of a Ring doorbell, as this constituted invasion of privacy under the surveillance laws. So hopefully this has opened your eyes about Ring doorbells. I have a Ring doorbell myself. I use it when I'm away so that I can answer the door in case I've got a parcel coming, but I do not record. And I have planned the boundary of what the image capturing just to my front garden. So I suggest and recommend that perhaps you do the same. If you don't need to record, do not do that. I hope this has been valuable to you and it has made you more aware of how to use these systems functionalities. Now, if you would like to know more about GDPR and how it applies to you and your business, please get in touch. We can be reached at info@cvgsolutions.co.uk. You can also reach us on social media. We are on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and also through our website at cvgsolutions.co.uk. Thank you for listening and see you next time.